Well, here we are. It's the next day, and the cloth is almost completely dry. Now, I'm making a bit of a late start because I got a text first thing this morning, like 7:30. Well, that's relatively advanced in the day as far as I'm concerned. But the lumberyard from whom I had ordered a quantity of wood for the next boat that we're building, he told me that the wood had arrived, so I had to get over there most quickly because it was a fairly large order. It's 10 12-foot lengths of true dimension 2x12 yellow cedar, so they're fairly massive, and they were pretty much tying up his entire loading bay. So I whipped over there and they helped me load it on the truck, and it is just belting down rain out there, so I had to also stop and change my clothes. So because I lost those couple of hours, I've changed the priority of work. Normally I would do a top band first, followed by the straps and buckles, and the reason for that is when I'm throwing the top band on, if the buckles are already in place, it's annoying that the thread is I have to watch that the thread doesn't catch on the buckle. But I'm changing the priority of work because of the time that I've got left. I have maybe an hour or two before the customer shows up. So I'm going to do the straps and buckles, and then he's going to take the kilt away with him so he can wear it at the fitting for his new kilt jacket. And then after he's done, he'll bring the kilt back. I'll put the top band on, get the lining on. The kilt will be ready for him at the end of day today, and then I can start work on his plaid. But so the next stage, we've skipped past top band. The next stage, I'm putting in the bar tacks to reinforce the buttonhole. Now you remember the way I sew this, the two pieces of canvas, they're folded over too, but the two pieces of canvas overlap a little bit under this seam. And I've sewn them together as strongly as I can. So this is about as strong as, frankly, this is stronger than anybody else in the industry makes this seam, but it still needs this additional reinforcement. So what I'm using is silk buttonhole thread. And I'm getting low on this stuff, so I think I'm gonna have to find, trying to remember who I bought the stuff from and order another few spools. It's fairly heavy. It's as heavy as carpet thread, but it's a lot finer. It's not as stiff because it's made from silk rather than pardon me, linen or synthetics. So I've passed it around. Now the strength of this is, you may have difficulty seeing this, but the strength of this is in the repeated loops that you've watched me do just now. I'm going to do one more just because it's in my hand. So down and up. Now I'd have to test to see what the breaking strain of one thickness of this is, but we've multiplied that 8 times, so that's pretty darn strong. So I'm just going to take my leather strip out of there, and I'm going to turn it sideways. And now I just do a series of half hitches along its length. And the purpose of these half hitches is to keep the strong part, the series of passes that I've made, keep it close to the cloth. Otherwise, it would bow out, right? So, and I do a neat job, but I don't pack the stitches in there as firmly, as densely as some do, because it's these passes, the ones that are going like that are strong ones. This is well, this has a function, but it's also largely ornamental. And I can feel as I'm fighting through with a needle that I'm also passing it through that layer of canvas, which is right under there. So all to the good, because it's making the seam stronger still. Yeah, my My old regiment is out in the field somewhere this weekend training in the pouring rain. I have to admit, I feel for them, but that brings back a lot of memories. Okay. It adds a special pleasure in sitting inside being dry. And now I do it on the inside. And again, I'm sewing it through the canvas, through the tartan and through the canvas. But these ones, as you may be able to see, I'll have to do some close-up pictures perhaps, is these stitches are relatively wide apart. These stitches are snugged up tight against each other. These ones are, again, I'm back to stitching at about 8 per inch. And the reason for that is I used to do this as densely packed as the outside, but then when I'm sewing in the lining, it's a struggle to get my rather fine needle through that dense mass. So by opening it up a little bit, it renders the next stage earlier. It's no less strong. It's absolutely as strong as the outside, and I'm just passing the tail through. And I'll cut the end off. And I'm just going to wander over to where I keep my silk thread. It's or my silk buttonhole silk. I keep it on a spool over the other work table. I'm not sure why that is. Back in a second. Okay. I gave up looking for that piece of beeswax. Just going to take a peek through the camera lens to make sure. Yeah, I'm still in frame. Right on. Yeah, I'm sure that missing piece of beeswax will turn up the moment I stop looking for it. Which, given that I've stopped looking for it, means it should appear just about now. Huh. Okay, where's that needle again? Now I just pass, pardon me, a single overhand knot in the end of the thread. Well, I'm going to do a double, whatever. And it's just so that when I pass the needle up, I'm using my gauge, my leather strap, to butt hard against the edge of the seam, the edge of the buttonhole, so that I don't inadvertently sew into the buttonhole, because we want, remember, we want this to be a sloppy fit. Okay, let's bring it there. Out. Oh, see, yeah, that's a little too close. That's better. And down. And
breakfast.
Thank you, I'll be there shortly. And down. That's, what's that? 4. No, it's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Now my breakfast, as you heard, is hot on the table, so I'm going to stop now. But I just finished doing those turns so that I know that when I come back, the next stage is to do my series of half hitches. Okay, go have breakfast yourself. I will talk to you shortly.